Nobody on earth knows your kids better than you know your kids. You know their sleep patterns, you know how they eat, you know kind of how they function throughout the day, how they perform in school. And as you're going through a divorce, clearly that's a very stressful thing for your children because they're not going to live with both parents full time anymore like they have. Maybe the stress of the constant fighting is going to be gone, but there's going to be a lot of changes in the child's life. Some kids are really resilient and handle it just fine. But everybody needs help sometimes. If you see your children struggling and you know either they're not eating or maybe they were very active physically, now they're just very sedentary, or maybe they're not sleeping or their education performance has dropped, you know how to recognize some signs if your children are struggling. Don't wait to intervene. If you see your children having a hard time, start out by talking to them. I know I have teenage kids. No child wants to talk to you about issues. I get that. But be the parent. Talk to them and say, hey, I know things are hard right now. How can I help you? Ask your children for how, they'd like you to help them. They may tell you. But some kids are very, resistant and don't want any help at all. And then sometimes as a parent, just like you have to make your kids go to school or make your kids eat vegetables, you may have to make them talk to somebody. And maybe you set up an appointment with a counselor and they may sit there and stare stone-faced at the counselor the first few sessions. But by session 4, they start to open up. And over time, it's a better thing for them. You know what's in your children's best interest. Don't let them struggle with this alone. Talk to them. Be open with them, and make sure if you see signs that could be concerning to you, address them earlier rather than later. You probably want everybody to know all the wrong things your spouse has done that's led to your divorce. You want them to know who they've been running around with, about all the money they gambled away. You want them to know about the drinking problem or their addiction issues. You want everybody to know everything because it makes you feel better about having to get a divorce. I get that. When it comes to your kids, though, one of the most damaging things you can do is to talk to your children about the reasons for your divorce. Obviously, do the kids need to know mom and dad aren't going to be living together anymore? Of course, because otherwise they're going to come home one day, a parent's gone, and then the kids are going to question, did I do something? Your children need to know if you're going to be divorced. But as far as the reasons for your divorce, the children don't have to know how many people he's been sleeping with. The children don't have to know about her shopping addiction. The children don't have to know the reasons for your divorce. They don't have to know about whether or not the parent paid child support this month. The children don't have to know about all the issues that you and the spouse are fighting about right now. I promise you, in the end, it's going to make your children question themselves and maybe even resent you. Don't talk negatively about this parent to the children, because when you do, it's always going to affect your relationship, maybe even more than it affects their relationship with the other parent. So it's very damaging to your kids to talk about the issues in the divorce. If you do, it's going to hurt you more than it hurts them. As counterintuitive as it may seem, it's to your benefit to support your child's relationship with the other parent. Every one of us had 2 parents to come into this world. Of course, that's biologically how it works. And so until they die, your child is going to have 2 parents that were responsible for them coming into this world. And you need to make sure they understand that although you can't be together anymore, that parent loves them. Because who wants to think that somebody doesn't love us? I don't want to think anybody doesn't like me or doesn't love me, especially if there's somebody that I've been very close with. I always want them to like me or to love me. And so if you try to make your child believe that other parent doesn't love them, you know what it makes your child feel like? They're unlovable. Don't try to negatively affect the relationship between that other parent and your children. Support it. Again, you may not be able to be together as a couple. That doesn't mean you can't be effective co-parents. And it's going to help your children emotionally, spiritually, even physically, if they see they have 2 parents that love them, 2 parents who are willing to put all of their differences aside to work together for their best interest, because those kids, they're going to have problems in their life too. And if they see that my mom and my dad are able to work together, even as badly as they didn't agree, they see they're able to put aside their differences to work together for their best interest, it's going to set your child up to be an effective adult who also is able to work through conflict in the best way for them. So you're going to be not only a good parent, but you're going to be a good example about how they can parent in the future. In our office, we're big proponents of therapy in a divorce. For you, for your children. Your children are going through a major life change if you're divorced. And not only are they going to live in a different place at least part of the time, but also their parents aren't going to be together anymore. It may affect what church they attend, where they go to school, or even what friends are willing to talk to them. Your kids are going through a major life change just like you are right now. And if you could benefit from therapy, then obviously your children could too. So I would encourage you, don't feel like there's stigma attached to getting help. If your kids need to talk to somebody, be the parent, get them some help, let them talk to somebody. It can be to their benefit, and it also could help you in your court case as well, because it shows that you're being proactive in looking out for the best interests of your children. While you're in the heat of it right now, I know it may be hard to imagine this divorce is going to be over at some point, but it will be. And you can be an effective co-parent. Even though you're not married to this person anymore, y'all can work together. It may seem too good to be true right now, but reach out to our office because we've helped hundreds and hundreds of parents in similar situations to yours get through it and be effective parents after a divorce, even though they can't be married to the other person. So call us today. We'll talk you through how it can work for you.